growing up young.
And we're live.
And we're back. God, that intro is so sick.
I guess I'll have the intro music from Jack Stewart in for this episode.
Shout out House DJ Jack. Always Sunny.
Is that what he calls himself?
Oh, yeah.
This is officially episode 1. After the world-renowned success of episode 0, we're back in the lab, ready to...
It's good to be here.
It's good to see you.
It
I
is.
feel like I haven't seen you in weeks.
I pop in, I pop out. It's definitely good to be back somewhere. A place I like to call home.
Yeah, when you sleep here.
Yeah, well, it is good to be back. It's good to be back in the on the couch sitting with you, talking about life and whatever comes up.
Yeah, so this time
Shout out to Cold Brew and Sobriety.
so I'm doing Sober October. My funaholic roommate is not.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, it's not like I'm a big drinker. Or I don't. I mean, I could if I wanted
That's
to.
cute.
We're not going to be like, oh, like you have to have a drink. It's like, no, I don't. It's just like I like to be able to have that option.
Yeah, no one's saying anything. You jumped to
Am I just being on the defensive?
you jumped to defense so fast.
Well, I was talking about it with the girl at lunch with the girlfriend, and she was like, yeah, like how's that going for him?
You have a girlfriend right now?
Yeah, I do, absolutely.
What's her name? If
Allie.
you're comfortable sharing.
Allie, she's the
Allie?
best. She's the best. Yeah. And we were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, it's like not like I could. She's like, yeah, I could definitely do it. I was like, oh, absolutely, me too. And I was like, I don't know, like the first week it seemed like you were having a tough time.
It's not that I don't believe in you. I don't think you could because I don't think I can.
But you can.
I mean, it comes with the territory
Just tell me
of
how
being
it's
young.
been. Tell me how it's been going for you.
Horribly. I feel good, but I was talking to one of our other buddies, Hayden, about it yesterday, and this is going to sound really bad on paper and out of context, but I have been experimenting with alcohol since I was young. Let's call it driving. When I first started driving, and on and off pretty much since then, I feel like I haven't gone this long without drinking in as long as I can remember. And again, on paper, that's kind of fucked.
It doesn't sound good,
No,
especially
not good at all.
when you bring up you started experimenting as soon as you could drive, which is always
I feel like that's normal.
yeah, I guess the age group. You went to
For the record, this is water.
yeah.
What are you drinking?
Mine's a ranch water.
So it's both hydration.
It's a Mexican water.
There
can
you
say
go.
that. You went to the bar with Peter Colby and last night. How'd that go?
I literally got a pitcher of water and I drank all of it.
I
And
was
had to
talking
piss
to-
so bad.
I was talking to our boy Jaren. He was like, "Yeah, Ezra went to Barley House, the bar up the street," and he was like, "Was that blind lemon or water?" I was like, "I don't
No,
know.
It was water.
I think I saw the pitcher with ice in it, so I don't know if they give blind lemons
Yeah, I don't think you
this-
ice a seltzer.
gnarly lemon seltzer with ice in it." But I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, so this is a learning experience for everyone. Not to get off topic again. Thank you. It's hard. Being this sober is weird. But some suggestions were made on putting the people that listen on to other things. And as you mentioned, Blind Lemon, it's a seltzer. It's fire. I recommend it. You can't find it everywhere. It's like locally made. It's like a craft seltzer.
It's certainly top 3, and I wouldn't put it at 3.
Or 2.
It's
Eh.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a good seltzer. Looks like water. Tastes like lemony water.
I think all seltzers kind of look like water, though.
White Claw's got kind of a toxic mixture look to it. Like if
White
you put
Claws
that
are
in a
just-
clear cup, it does not look like water.
White Claws are just foul. They
Just
taste like
disgusting.
chalky. I mean, granted, I'll drink them all day long, of course.
You would literally drink anything.
I mean, anything.
I'm confident of that statement.
Anything with an alcohol content, I'd suppose. But yeah, I'm not like a picky guy when it comes to what I put in my body as far as food and drinks. I feel like it is weird. Like whenever you like go out to restaurants, I always feel weird like not getting a drink at a place, whether it be like just a sit down restaurant, get like a glass of wine if you're at like a steakhouse or like a pasta restaurant. I feel like that was like what would like make me feel the most out of place. So I just went to lunch and I was like, this place just didn't have, like a
Where'd
beer.
you eat?
It's called Southpaws. It's like this organic
You want to hear some crazy shit?
food. It's good. It's good.
That's the first place I had a job.
You worked there?
Yeah, when I was driving.
Out there in Preston Center?
Yeah.
Whatever?
Literally, I was a dishwasher on like Saturdays. It was
Dude,
awful.
That's so funny.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's really good.
The place was awesome. We got
Yeah.
like a quinoa,
Low key vibey.
some
Small.
chicken quinoa. Yeah, we ate there. But I was
Small world.
I was expecting that's crazy. Yeah, that's fucking,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fucking nuts. But I was just like, yeah, I would love a beer at lunch, and they just I guess don't have it because it's like a health
Did you
place.
ask?
Well, they had like a cooler, one of those like would have like sweet like
Poked
fucking,
around.
like Snapple and
Yeah.
Gatorades and shit. Yeah, they shit couldn't find one. But I feel like that would like I love just getting like a glass of wine or like a beer at a restaurant when I'm having
A
dinner. or
midday
something.
glass of wine.
I mean, shout out to Recharge Fridays. I just have today off.
Oh yeah, that's
Somewhere- I
right.
feel like today's permissible.
Yeah, the company that Homeboy works for likes to give their employees a lot of time off, which is pretty wild and nice.
It's awesome every other Friday.
I mean, it makes sense though.
I mean, we're big on mental health. That's what we chalk it up to as. And also, our we got an
Excuse those
extra
sirens if you can hear them.
week of PTO, and I thought it was just because give the employees extra days to take off for their mental well being and stuff like that. But
Which is
apparently,
important.
well, yeah, I mean it's awesome. But apparently, the reason for that was because I guess last year during the pandemic, you just like couldn't really travel anywhere because like travel restrictions, places were closed. So our CEO gave us an extra week off, pretty much just for the reason to like catch up on vacation and travel in places that you couldn't go last year.
Your CEO is a savage.
It's fucking awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so sick.
Um,
But what were we talking about? Sober October. It's what, the 15th, halfway through.
yeah, and I took a cheat day the second, and I wasn't even that sauced. So, but yeah, it's been officially 2 weeks.
ACL, just completely sober.
Yeah, I went to ACL. We'll get to that though. But yeah, I've just been sober. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird.
That's tough. But yeah, no,
Reality's
I commend
reality's
you.
weird.
But I know I could do it. It's not about
It's really hard.
the want. It's just I like to.
I've always found alcohol to be interesting the way it's like ingrained in society. Because
Have like an adult beverage.
well, it's
when you
literally
get
been
at
around
some
for-
certain age.
humans have been abusing substances for as long as time itself, for whatever reason, whether alcohol is in ritual or part of your religion or whatever it is. Like it's just always around. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, everyone's got a vice.
But at some point, it's almost like a cultural device. I don't even know. Anyway, I have a list here, trying to organize things more. Feel free, if you know me, to text me with ideas and suggestions. We are always open to them as we grow and learn how to do whatever this is.
Growing up young's gonna come into its own. It's gonna grow.
It's
up.
gonna grow up. Ooh, I liked that a lot.
That was cute.
But so first thing on my list, life updates. We kind of went over that already, but anything in particular?
Not-
Career's going good.
Not really, man.
Vibes
Yeah,
with the
just-
female are good.
Oh, absolutely, very good.
Yeah, I got a job.
You want to talk about that?
I mean,
You have a
No.
job that starts.
in January, so I got
bet you wish You
hired.
could just start bankrolling now.
You literally have no idea. I don't know if I'll ever financially recover from going this long without a job.
or Vegas. I'm still down so bad.
Oh
from
yeah,
Las
so we can talk
Vegas.
about Vegas a little bit. We went to Life is Beautiful, which was a music festival. They essentially section off like 3 city blocks in like a pattern, like an L pattern almost, and it's crazy. Like seeing seeing a performer like going to a stage, like the main stage of the festival, just in a parking lot in between buildings in a city block is wild. But turns out, when you go to Vegas for a music festival, you also go to Vegas for Vegas. So while simultaneously seeing awesome live music, we gambled so much.
Yeah, it's definitely you definitely got both experiences, and it's pretty bad because every time I've gambled, whether I went to Vegas one time before, I think I was like 21 or something for a spring break trip, went there and then ended up going to like the Grand Canyon, did all that stuff.
Y'all just stopped in though.
Yeah, we were only there for a night. thank God, because we were
Yeah.
in Vegas for 4 days, and
What's my rule?
what is it? 2 days, 48 hours.
2 nights, and we were there for 4 fucking nights.
We got in there Thursday at like noon or 1.
Yeah, Frontier just kind of took me out back and treated me wrong because I booked us flights that were supposed to leave on a Thursday late in the afternoon, so he could finish work and we could just like ease into things, and then that way we're not in Vegas for like a whole another day. And so like I booked these flights specifically for that time. I get an email like 3 months before we were supposed to leave. Oh, your flight's changed. Here are your options. Essentially couldn't do anything, so we left a total of 8 hours earlier, which
The shittiest airline. The guy sat next.
I don't
to
appreciate that slander.
No, it is.
It's not that bad.
It's worse than Spirit.
That's fair.
I
I
have-
like Spirit.
Spirit's. I mean,
Spirit does the job.
It's certainly.
Frontier might be the worst.
I mean, yes. It's
Shout out
certainly-
Frontier though. They got us where we needed to go. Barely.
I mean, thank God, almost the guy I sat next to getting in a fight on the plane to
Yeah,
Vegas.
and like the girl on the way back was just, she was vomiting the whole time. It was insane.
I got my phone stolen in Vegas. Shout out to the Vegas gypsies pickpocketing people in the crowd. So I didn't have any headphones or like anything to like. Well, I had my headphones, but I didn't have any like music or movies to listen to. So I remember just like halfway throughout the flight, just looking back and hearing, not even looking back, before even just noticing, just hearing this liquid fall into this paper bag, as if you were just like to pour a
I
bottle
felt
of
bad for
water
her.
into like a plastic or a brown paper bag, whatever it was. Just hearing that, then
I can
turning
see
around.
that. That's a mental image that is seared into my
Oh,
brain
I
after
still- I
that
can-
description.
I can still hear that noise like till this day. I like fall asleep, just like if I'm just like got like blank thoughts, I just hear that woman's vomit splashing into the bag, and I'm like, all right, it's time
Okay.
to turn the TV off, put on some white noise, and just go to sleep. Give me nightmares. Yeah, the last time I gambled before this Vegas trip, I had went up like 850, played 3-card poker,
And
and where was that? Like Tahoe?
yeah, but I don't. Was it in Tahoe that we gambled? No.
I still don't know what that
little
casino
city.
was.
I don't remember.
It's like outside of Lake Tahoe. Didn't think, after that trip, didn't think that losing was even possible because
Haha.
that time before I
That's
gambled,
cute.
when I went to Vegas for that spring break trip, I also went up. I only started with like $20, $30, $40 maybe tops. Couldn't be more than 50, and then ended up winning 300 or 400 just on 3-card poker again, and I just felt like I could not lose.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, I felt like.
Third time's a charm.
I felt like because the snowboarding trip there in January in Lake Tahoe, I won like $850 or so. I paid for my whole trip just on like I think it was 2 hands of poker. I got like a straight flush 2 times, which you bet 10 and it's like 40 to 1 odds, so that's like what, $400 give or take, and I won that on 2 hands. So I had very high hopes for this Vegas trip, and Vegas is a different animal, especially on Fremont.
Especially while simultaneously trying to function at a music festival.
Just collect the last few brain cells that you have after a night of just
Oh
seeing
my
all your
God.
favorite artists, and then waking up at God knows how late or how much we slept. Well, didn't feel like enough. You go
It
down,
wasn't.
catch some breakfast, maybe sip
Kind
some
of.
water, and then
Kind of some breakfast.
and then go to a 3-card poker table or a slot machine and just get served pretty mediocre drinks,
Unlimited though.
but they add up.
I'd like to think that I didn't lose the same amount of money I would pay for drinks, but it helped. It made me feel a little better knowing how much alcohol I drank at the casinos for free. We don't have to get into the details, but there was something occurred that I think you learned a valuable lesson.
Vegas is a very hot and I wouldn't say humid, but just hot and dry place. I'd call it maybe like 95, 100 even at like night. But
I learned the lesson too, for the record.
definitely drink water and hydrate at a music festival. Maybe like eat some
Also,
food.
yes, if you're gonna go drink a lot, no matter what you're doing, make you.
The scenario in question is we're
You don't have to explain
me and
it.
our buddy Deep were just face deep in a Tame Impala set, and at some point I just I overheated.
That's fair. That's
yeah.
fair. It happens to the best of us.
I mean, yeah, certainly
Water and food before you drink.
shit certainly happens. I mean, it had been a long day.
We'll put that in the shit happens bucket.
And then the next day we ran it back. It was more of a chill day. And then who did you see on Saturday? That me and Will were
So
together.
let's talk about it because I was also told that talking deep about the music's a good idea. So we finished Dylan Francis, and then y'all stayed for JID, who's a rapper.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all stayed for JID. Saw 2 songs you said and it was bad. Went
Pretty
to Green
mids.
Day. Said it was like not really your
We
vibe.
didn't even go to Green Day. We walked by.
Bye. And
We
you're just
walked
like,
by the
whatever.
main stage, like the downtown stage or whatever it was called, coming from JID because JID was
Festivals are
extremely
hard.
mids. Saturday was like a kind of a I'd say like the weakest day as far as the artist booked for that day. And we walked by Green Day and just were like we heard it from like the back of the crowd and we just look at each other and we're like we should
Nah,
probably just
bedtime.
go back to the hotel, get some energy for tomorrow because Sunday was the most packed day I feel like as far as
We were running around a lot.
the
yeah.
artist talent. So we just go back to the hotel. Then we're recharging our batteries, and we're like, oh, like screw it, like, we'll go down to like the casino, sit at a slot machine, throw like $20 in, maybe get some free drinks, and call it a night. And then so we're at a slot machine.
I saw Lenium. Not to interrupt
That's who it
you.
was. Yeah,
and
yeah,
it was
yeah.
he was awesome. First time seeing him, it was insane.
Honestly, regret.
Y'all should have come with me.
I remember texting you. I was like, "Is it possible that like, are you how deep?"
I
into
could
the
have.
crowd
I would
are
have
you?
found y'all. We weren't deep at all. We
No,
were like in the
absolutely.
back because
I
Hayden's
remember-
friends don't like to go in very deep, which I love that. 'Cause
Yeah.
sometimes like getting in the mosh pit's not the.
Oh no,
vibe.
I love room. I love to. I'm not like in high school when I need to mosh and at some crazy artist, but I just like to vibe in the back, have some room to dance. But yeah, I remember texting you and we're like, I was like, yo, how deep are you? And I put my phone in my pocket, and about 10, 15 minutes later, I forget I text you and I
No.
go to check my phone again. And
Oh,
you're like, damn, I could have found you. I'm like, fuck, I think we might.
I thought you were going to talk about getting your phone stolen.
No, that was on
I-
Sunday.
So you got your phone stolen Sunday. We'll get back to your slot machine story, but you got your phone stolen Sunday, and mine almost got stolen Saturday. And this was my phone got stolen at Coachella like 2 years ago. So I mean, I don't think it was my time to get it stolen, but it was like I looked down, I felt something, and it was halfway out of my pocket, and this very small older dude with like a little backpack on was just sprinting into the crowd, and I just go, "Yo!" Like
Was
I
he old?
yelled.
He wasn't like a kid.
I mean, he was probably 35,
Okay,
40. I don't know.
okay.
It was weird, dude.
Because there's a situation at the porta potties that me and our buddy Will saw, and this dude just got like, this dude like punched him. He was like more like a, like brown fellow. I don't know if he was like Mexican, Indian, South American, whatever. But he's like kind of like the guy that you're describing of, except for he was young. But I don't know what that was about. Maybe he was like stealing their phones, or at least I
He probably
thought,
was.
but probably not.
The
But
skin
yeah,
color
I
doesn't
don't know.
matter.
But I'm just like the guy you were describing is also
Yes.
this guy that was like
As a
kinda-
descriptor, it matters.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, he just was. He was like. he
Yeah,
was
no,
like-
it's a statement of fact.
Yeah, no, I'm like not trying to be like hateful or anything.
I
mean,
don't
he just
know how
was.
the terms of services work.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still figuring this out as a.
So are we. I like everyone except Mankey.
But yeah, this guy tried to steal your phone on
That's
Saturday.
Mankey. Yeah. Okay, so
I can't believe that shit.
yeah,
happened
but
to both of us.
one of Hayden's friends, I guess, had shoved him, and that's the only reason I felt it. Like they're so good, they'll just like be able to get it out of your pocket without you feeling anything. And later in the night, I talked to him about it. And he goes, "Oh yeah," like he was so nonchalant about it. He was like, "Yeah, I saw him stealing your phone, so I shoved him and looked him in the eye and go, 'I'll kill you,' and he just ran off."
I wish.
Like, thank God.
I wish I had him around.
I feel bad. Yeah, it's not losing it at the end of the festival. I would say is more annoying than at the beginning because I lost it. Mine got stolen at the beginning a few years ago, and at that point, you got 3 days of music to worry about, but you had to like worry about getting home, and no phone. That sucks.
It was just awful. I was so hungover on Monday morning, and I just wanted to like watch a movie on the flight, maybe like fall asleep to some music, whatever. But yeah, they're so good as far as like like we're at Gorgon City, like the last artist of the whole festival, under that like what was like the Fremont stage under like
Yeah.
that big ass tent, and whenever you're at like tons of people in the crowd and everything, you're like trying to like bob and weave your way out of the crowd, go back to the hotel. You're just like bumping shoulders with so many people. So I didn't even like feel it happen really. I was just like, trying to just get home, get back to the hotel. And I just looked down in my pocket. Or I like reached
Just
down in my
gone.
pocket. And
That sinking feeling is the
I
worst.
was like, oh no, there's just no way, right? And I checked both my pockets, pat myself down. I'm like, yo, Will, will you call it real quick? Maybe it fell out of my pocket and landed face side up. So if like, go back to
No shot.
go back to that was like my thought process at
Yeah,
the time.
I respect that.
I was like, I mean, I gotta go back and look, right? So I go back, we'll call it maybe like lights up. It's like, face side up, and back to where we were standing to listen to Gorgon City. And as I'm like walking around the area that we were at, hoping to find my phone, I overhear these other dudes talking about a phone. I hear phone. I'm like, oh, like by chance did y'all like find a phone on the ground? Still thinking that maybe it like fell out of my pocket, I lost it or something. And they go, no, like one of our buddies like either like lost his phone or like he doesn't have his either, possibly got stolen. I was like, yeah, man, same thing happened to me. I'm looking for mine. I think it just got, pickpocketed because like I had so much battery left in my phone, and our buddy Will was trying to call it, and it was just going straight to voicemail. There's no way like it had died, broken, or anything. Like whoever like stole it just immediately shut it off. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, there's
Just
like little devices you can buy.
Extremely unfortunate. And wherever I went to T-Mobile, or like Apple, whenever I got my new phone, they're like, yeah, like they just like wipe, or like they can't really do anything with it whenever you like lock it out through like the iCloud or Find My iPhone. I'm like, I don't know about anything about that. Like I don't steal phones, so I wouldn't know. But like in the airport, my buddy was like looking online just for shits and giggles about
Yeah, there's actual devices
tools to like
unlock
jailbreak your phone.
Yeah.
And apparently he's like, yeah, you can get one from China for like $100 or whatever you found like
Yeah.
online. And he was like, he acted surprised as if he didn't know. I was like, yeah, man, we don't steal phones, so we didn't really know that. But apparently it's a lot, I wouldn't say a lot easier than you think, but it's a lot more common than
The
you would think.
identical situation happened to me when mine got stolen. It was just like a couple people were looking around. I'm like, oh, like, did y'all see a phone? And they're like, no. Like maybe like who knows? And I'm like thinking in my head, whoever steals just hits a lick on a big group of people just all together and just like sprints through the crowd and just like snags them. So moral of the story is wear zipper pockets at festivals.
I don't know.
I guess.
And it sucks so bad because I had zipper pockets, and you told us about that
I
situation.
told y'all to be careful.
So I wore my pockets with zippers, but I was like, taking snaps, like, texting you because we were split up. I was just like, every time I put it in my pocket, I wasn't always zipping my pocket back up. I guess it's my fault. Should have known.
Now you know.
But now I know. And I don't know if this was like a dream or like where I heard this, or like maybe I'm just making this shit up. But I think I heard someone saying that someone had sold, stolen phones or whatever for something that like $13K. I don't know if I saw like a tweet.
I don't know if it's that much, but it's definitely
No.
a
I'm
lot
not
of
like
money.
the amount of phones that were stolen. He just like stole like 100 or something from this event.
I made $13,000.
Something like that. I just like,
I mean, the used phone market's legit.
yeah, I just feel bad for whoever like buys the phone and then ends up not being able to use it because this
I think they can make it work. I think
Dick.
that's why it's fucked.
steals the shit.
I think because like if you just have a phone without any like software or anything, iCloud locks you out. Like we can't just like I can't just go into your phone if you've put it in like the lost mode on Find My iPhone.
Yeah.
But if I have some Chinese device that I plug into the bottom of it and it just like unlocks it completely and deletes everything off of it, I think it's just a new phone at that point.
Like I used to,
I don't really know though.
I had like we don't steal phones, so we wouldn't fucking know.
3 days after the new iOS update came out, I think like 14 or 15, and there was like some feature that they added to Find My Friends / Find My iPhone to where you can track it while it's off. And of course, he gets his phone stolen hours before the update releases where
That's
you can
really just,
track
like-
a turned off phone.
That's just my luck. That shit like would happen.
Yeah,
to
it
me.
is.
But I don't know. Like it was Sunday night at like, I mean, Gorgon City ended at like 1 a.m. and like,
Were they good? Who'd I see?
you saw Billie Eilish.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you saw Billie. How was Billie?
Not
I didn't
good.
even- Yeah.
Not great. I was like, I couldn't really hear her. She was, granted I was in the back. I was like, I couldn't really hear her. She was like, sounded like she was whispering, and you just go, that's just how she performs.
Yeah, like
I'm like, I don't really want to see that.
well, I wouldn't even know if that's like, I mean, yes, it's how she performs, but like if you listen to her music, like I feel like you can.
Whispery.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to call it. I don't. She's not like a mumble
I swear
rapper.
that fucking mic was off for like a little bit. Maybe I'm bugging, but for a little bit there, I feel like I didn't hear a word from her.
I just feel like that's kind of like how her vibe, how her music is.
Her set, though, to be fair, I mean, I saw 2 songs. 'Cause I'd never seen her, and I was like out of there. Her set, like the stage, was crazy. I don't even know if I told you this. Yeah,
Downtown stage.
it was like obviously there's a lot of LED panels when you go see most people. She had an LED panel that was at an angle that it was like a ramp, and she was walking on it. It was crazy looking. Yeah.
Where there was like
If you can look
visuals
at
on
pictures
it.
of that, yes. If you can see pictures of that, go look, because she was literally just walking on one of her main visual screens. It was crazy.
That's
That
pretty
was
gnarly.
cool. That was sick.
I mean, there's a lot of people at that stage.
So many.
Oh, but yeah, even if we had that like iOS update where like you could track a phone even when it's off.
If they do that weird shit, then
Well, I'm just saying like it was like 1 a.m. on a Sunday. Our flight left at what, like 10 or something, maybe even earlier.
yeah.
Like we would have just been like,
What are we gonna do?
like how are we like gonna go catch an Uber to wherever this gypsy like lives, probably like the outskirts of Vegas. Like it
Yeah.
would just like wouldn't been probably feasible. But
I had an experience happen like that in high school. My buddy, his phone got stolen at like a concert, like what we're going to tonight, which we can talk about. But
so excited.
we tracked it to his house. Actually, we tracked it to a house, not his house. So this kid got his phone stolen. We tracked it to this house. We get there, and it's like a nice house. Like the house is big, and we knock on the door, and like a father answers, and we're like, "Hey, like someone in here stole like my phone."
Yeah.
And he was just like, "No, they didn't." And we're like, "It's here. They did." And we just like never got it back. It was
That's
never resolved.
So funny because that just brings back like another story that I have
Stop stealing phones. Holy fuck.
of a phone stolen story. So I went to South Padre Island my freshman year of college for spring break.
That sounds awesome.
Dude, South Padre is a shithole. It sucks.
Never mind.
It's I mean it's fun. Like it's one of the last few places where you can like they like allow alcohol on the beach. Like I remember the year prior, like the big spring break spot was PCB in Florida, and
What's that?
Pensacola. No, Panama City Beach
Oh,
in Florida. Big spring break spot.
kind of crusty.
Well, I mean, it's definitely. I've never been, but from what I hear and from what I've seen in pictures, the beaches look a lot nicer than South Padre. But they banned.
Where is South Padre?
It's this like southernmost point of Texas, I believe.
Like Galveston?
No. Like you know the tip of
Wait, where's Galveston? Am I dumb?
Galveston's towards Houston.
Isn't Galveston on the beach, or am I bugging?
It is, but it's like a Houston area beach.
Oh.
This is South Padre Island is more south in this town called
Okay.
Brownsville, which
Gross.
there's a border patrol checkpoint at Brownsville. So you bring whatever if you want to like bring alcohol or party favors to South Padre Island, you just can't bring it back because you pass through a border patrol checkpoint
So
or whatever,
do everything.
more or less. But but yeah, PCB banned alcohol on the beach. People obviously still drink. You know how
No
college
way.
kids are.
People drink and break the rules.
But like as the law, like you weren't able to like drink quote unquote on the beach.
Yeah.
So then the next year, South Padre Island was like one of the few only like spring break destination spots that you can drink on the beach. But South Padre Island it's so shitty. It's so grimy too.
Just
like,
the worst beach
it's
possible.
like it's like a beach, but like it's somehow always overcast. Like it's never sunny out. The water's like
I feel like the Gulf of Mexico isn't the prettiest part of the ocean.
yeah. Truth, lo and behold,
In this
it's
little
not.
blue marble.
And like the sand is like just disgustingly brown.
I've seen pictures. Yeah, it's dark.
As the water. But yeah, I went with a group my freshman year. This kid ended up getting a friend of my group got his phone stolen, and we tracked it through Find My iPhone to this like little
Best feature.
this like little rinky dink motel.
Oh.
I remember we walked to it, had to jump a fence because they were like checking wristbands at the time. Every hotel like on the beach during that time, they like you have like a wristband to get into your hotel or whatever.
This sounds like a shit show.
Oh, it was absolutely a shit show. So we found where the hotel was at that had whoever stole the phone was like sleeping there. And then on Find My iPhone how it rings, you can like
Yeah.
ping it, so it's like ding 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 ding.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
We did that, and then we were like pretty much like in the front of the hotel, like where the usually like check-ins are at hotels, and then we heard it pinging in a room from outside, so we could like hear it through the walls of the
That would
hotel.
make me so mad.
So we go in and then take a left throughout the check-in to like the lobby, keep pinging it. It's like still ringing, and we like find the hotel room that whoever stole the phone at is like staying in, and we just like ping it again. We hear it. We like knock on the door, and there's like 5 or 6 of us. just at the door, and this random person like opens the door, and we're like, "Give us back our friend's fucking phone."
Did
like,
you get it
right
back?
now. We got it back.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
We just heard the pinging and just like found it out.
That's awesome. Was the person like tweaked or what?
Dude, I
It
honestly
could have been. Sometimes it's an accident, I guess.
no. This wasn't an accident.
They stole
They
it?
definitely stole it.
And there's just too many of y'all to argue.
Oh yeah, no. There's like our
I
whole
like
group
that.
was like, "We're getting our friend's
Good,
phone back."
good.
And then the next day, this kid broke his ankle.
Okay.
We're tossing we were tossing the football outside of our little condo area, like on the beach or like the grass, like the hotel like lawn, right like before it gets to the beach. And there's like a sprinkler head little divot in the ground. I toss him the football. He like steps in it, like jumps to grab the football, steps in this like little sprinkler head divot, breaks his ankle, and has to fly back.
At least he had his phone, right?
Yeah, at least he had his phone. But yeah, shout out to Find My iPhone. I wish I was able to, track down my phone, but another whatever goes down gambling, plus another 800 down the drain to buy a new iPhone.
I'm not going to specify the amount that I lost because I don't want to. Some people that listen to this might hear and be kind of upset with me. But Life is Beautiful is fun.
I was expecting at least some of us to go up, but nope. It was.
You would think.
If you
You would think at some point someone would go up.
I mean, I guess we could have gotten off the tables when we were hot.
We should have just stopped pulling money out. Is that the trick? Because the only time I've gone up, I brought $80 and I went up to like 600. And it sounds like from your stories, the only times you went up was when you had a little bit of money.
Well, I think you're right. I think it was just
we
for
just
the-
kept
for the
pulling out cash.
It was just like for the duration that we were there was just far
you
too
pulled
long.
money out on your credit card.
Okay, well, yeah, I did, but I mean, yeah, I guess you can do that. I found that out for the first time.
At least we know now. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't recommend. Just because when you're down, just cut your losses.
Walk
and then-
away. While we're on the...
I don't know if I need to go back to Vegas anytime soon.
No, I don't either. I
But
really
shout
do
out to
not.
maybe Shreveport or maybe the casinos are a little bit more friendly there.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
wallet.
Hopefully. Yeah, we can talk about our trips. I like that.
I've
That's a good
heard
idea.
gnarly things about Shreveport.
So have I used to have a teacher that would she like lived in Shreveport on the weekends. This was when I was in 5th, 6th, and 7th grade. I don't remember her name, but she would after class on Friday drive to Shreveport, which is
From
not
here, from Dallas.
Yeah, it's like 7 hours. Weird.
It's still
I want to keep talking
just
about
to
music.
gamble.
No, she lived there. She
Oh,
lived in
wait.
Shreveport on the weekends.
Huh.
I don't. Yeah,
Interesting place to have a weekend home.
I don't get it. But not to just completely redirect, but I like talking about music. It's one of our more favored / top shared common interests
Oh,
is
absolutely.
music. We're going to Chris Lake tonight.
Godfather of house, if you will.
Daddy House. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. Our
Allie was telling me that like at Stereo Live because she saw him there.
really
it's like,
when
Like
a year
couple
ago?
years
Or
ago.
I guess pre-COVID?
Yeah, I guess definitely pre-COVID. But
Back
she was
before.
explaining to me, he doesn't really have like a, you know how like a lot of DJs and like electronic artists have like a LED screen that
Mhm.
plays visuals. Apparently, he's mostly like lasers, which is I'm all about.
say
I
less.
love the lasers. They just
Say less.
touch me in a way that's like.
I will
shouldn't
be sober.
Allowed.
I'll drive us.
Oh, that's
I'm excited
awesome.
for lasers though. I like that. I like that a lot.
Apparently, we'll see if it happens. This time around.
I feel like I've seen a lot of lasers at Stereo Live.
Definitely a lot of
More than normal.
I don't know if like an artist brings his own production on a tour like that, or if it's just up to the venue.
Well, he's just doing Dallas and Houston because he was just here for ACL. But
it's not like an actual tour. I don't believe.
no, I don't think it is either. I think he's just vibing.
Nonetheless, just great house music.
Chris Lake gonna be sick tonight. Our favorite psychopath, Jack Stewart, who made our intro and outro music, is coming. Yay!
Is he like en route?
Yeah, he'll be
That's my
here
guy.
in a little.
That's my guy.
Some festivals on the horizon. We've been talking about Freaky Deaky for Halloween.
We need some type of Halloween move.
Yeah, we got to figure out what we're doing for Halloween. But there's a festival called Freaky Deaky, which sounds pretty sick. And then I want to go to Coachella again.
I've never been. I'd love to.
It's fun. It's just so fucking expensive. Like it's like you have to set out thousands of dollars. Although I did it one year for like sub $1,000 because I got lucky.
Don't they just? Isn't it like Life is Beautiful, the festival we went to in Vegas, sold out in like 20 minutes. Ended up reselling a bunch of tickets on like third party venues. People just ended up not going, I guess.
I did not
don't.
resell. I bought tickets to resell and it did not work.
I just don't imagine that's the case with a festival like Coachella.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm assuming it's going to sell out fairly quickly.
You have to wait in line. When my mom used to buy tickets, she would have like 2 laptops up and like an iMac because it's like you get into a queue.
Yeah, I
And then
figured
you
it'd
can
be,
buy your tickets.
I figured it'd be something
it's
like that. That's
really
how
popular.
Electric Forest is too.
Yeah, well, all these music festivals are so sought after, and they can only handle so many people.
I mean, there's just like a tier of like music festivals, like
Yeah,
Coachella, Lolla,
little tier
ACL.
list. I don't know if I'd throw ACL up there, to be honest. They used to be way better. Coachella and Lollapalooza are flagship American music festivals. That's a fact.
I'd throw ACL. It doesn't even really like matter of the lineup. I'm just talking about like the experience. Like there's 8 different stages.
Yeah, ACL's fun. I swear they added like 2 more stages this year.
It's just like
That's fair.
like depending on like if the lineup's like fire or not, they're still gonna draw a massive crowd, and it's definitely
Well,
like, a
because it's right
flagship.
there. I think ease of access for festivals is really important. Austin is so easy. Well, in the grand scheme of things of other festivals, Austin's very easy. Coachella, you have to get to Indio. Las Vegas, you got to survive. Fuck. Lollapalooza is like, that's a little bit easier to access. But I swear ACL is just so easy.
I mean, Austin just like I mean,
We know a lot of
depending on,
people
like,
that
how
live
you
there.
look at it, even if you don't, I feel like it's like a walkable
Yeah.
festival, just like whatever, like ride shares or like pedicabs, whatever you want to get, like however you want to get to the festival. You can always just like stop on like Barton Springs and just walk the rest of the way. You're gonna be doing some walking, but it's very easily accessible compared to like you said, Coachella. I've never been, but I've obviously want to go extremely bad. I
It's
definitely think
fun.
we need to
And an
to make that
all-inclusive
move.
Mexico trip, which you've never been on.
There's a lot of things on the agenda, on the
Yeah,
radar.
that's why I need this job. Oh, I never even said what it is. I'm going to be an apartment locator. That's the plan for now. I'm essentially done with my real estate license. I have to finish a couple tests, but like all the classes I'm done with.
Is that required?
Yeah, but should be pretty good. 100% commission. We'll see how that goes.
Just
If you
chase a
need-
check, my guy.
If you need an apartment, let me know. I'm
How
all
long
over
do you
that.
see yourself staying there? Just use it for like maybe like a year, grab some experience.
Yeah, their training
Hop
is
out the job.
allegedly very good. So this will be my master's in real estate sales, let's call it. But I don't know. I got a lot of big plans.
I love that.
Come along for the ride. What else? We need to start making this, I think, a little more structured. This is, again, it's going to be a learning experience for the whole time that we do this podcast, which I like. I like the interactivity. I like the people that listen, like either commenting on the YouTube or DMing on Instagram. Go follow both. It's Growing Up Young Podcast. All socials.
Gonna be pushing content. What about TikTok
Pushing
too?
content. Yeah, so that's
some
the
clips
next
on
big
there.
hurdle.
Some of the highlights, maybe.
Yeah,
some
Some of
funny
the good
moments.
stories. I just have to. Editing's just hard.
Whatever this podcast is, I just love sitting down and just shooting the shit, just talking about whatever comes to mind, whatever's on our agenda. I
My
feel-
mind's been so empty recently because I've been sober.
Isn't that the opposite of what
They say
sober
that being
October
sober
should
is
be?
supposed to like make you feel better, but I don't know if I felt better for a moment.
I don't know. I think you might need just well,
I need
I
some
don't want
hot
to be
yoga.
an enabler, but
You just need me to drink.
no, I wasn't. I thought about saying that, but you've come this far.
Yeah. If we go to this Halloween party next week, I might have to drink.
What are we
I
gonna,
might-
What are we gonna be?
If
for
I
Halloween?
DJ it. I moonlight as a DJ.
What's your name?
It doesn't
DJ
matter.
name?
No.
Is it still in the works? Are you trying to
Sure.
get back on it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing my best.
I like the.
It's not fun playing for myself in my room though. Like I did that yesterday and I was like, this sucks. Like it's only enjoyable. Like practicing's not fun.
I just feel like
It's
you,
weird. Like I like because I don't know if I'm doing a good job unless there's people in front of me listening.
dude, I used to just make mix for myself, just like for shit to like I would listen to.
But I don't know if I DJ for myself, and I don't know if that's the wrong way to go about it. The only reason I really like doing it, I mean, granted I like playing bangers, But I like when someone's like in the crowd. Well, I mean, there's no crowds for what I'm doing. When there's the 4 people standing in the kitchen while
it's
I
a very
do it,
intimate crowd.
I do it for y'all. I do it for you, and I do it for whoever's present. I don't do it for myself.
Oh no. Whenever like I was like just making mixes, recording mixes, I love to just like chill in my room. Kind of like if I'm like decided not to go out on like a Saturday night.
There's no chance you ever decided to not go out.
Back in the days where I was broke as fuck in college, and sometimes I just like had $10 to my name. And I was like, I'm just not gonna go out tonight.
Go get a Four Loko and get weird on the decks.
Yeah. Oh, what we used to do. I had a very
I don't want to know. I don't.
very degenerate college roommate. I'm sure you met him. His name was Alex. I don't know if you remember. You met Nick, who's like the tall guy I played baseball with. But I had another roommate. His name was Alex, and he would get a
Was he the country kid?
country kid.
Like kind of country, like wore boots. I don't know. I visited you a long time ago.
I maybe think you're thinking about Nick still, but no, I had his friend who already lived with him, and then they like adopted me because I played baseball freshman year with Nick at Texas State. He's like, yeah, we're looking for roommates. I was like, fuck yeah, like that's perfect.
You played? Wait, what? You played baseball?
Club baseball at Texas
Oh, that's
State.
fire! I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it was sick. So I ended up living with him and his roommate, and then a couple of my buddies ended up moving in as well. We lived in a 5-bedroom house. But this kid Alex, he would get if he wasn't drinking R&R.
What is that?
R&R.
What is that?
R&R is like I'm sure some of the listeners know what Kentucky Deluxe is.
Oh, is that really shitty whiskey?
Yes, it's like
Oh god.
Kentucky Deluxe for a fifth is like $6.99 or $7.99. It's less than $10.
That has to make you feel awful.
Whatever it may be. If he wasn't drinking R&R, which is like worse than Kentucky Deluxe, he would go to the gas station right by our crib and get a Hurricane, which is like malt. It's like a beer. It's like a 40. I guess it's kind of like Mickey's, but it's called a Hurricane, and it's like got like even more ABV than like what like a Mickey's is, and it came in a 40, and it was like $2.50. He would get that and a Gold Four Loko and just sip that. He did that on
every night.
probably 3 out of 4
That's
nights
like
of the week.
That's like a horrible sidewalk
And those were
slammer.
like the chill nights when he wasn't drinking a fifth of R&R. I don't even know where I was going with that. But yeah.
Yo, you were explaining
but
like
yeah, when I wasn't
what
going
you would do
out.
when you had $10 to your name.
But yeah, if he ever had $10,
He made it work.
He
He
would
made it
make
work.
That shit work.
That's so fucked up.
Fucking so yeah, there'd be like nights where I'm like, I just like don't really want to go out tonight.
Was that the welder?
No,
Where did that
I
memory
don't
just
even
come
know
from?
who. Like,
Where
the
did
only-
that memory just come from?
The only welder I know is Colby.
That kid's really bad at it though.
But yeah, no, I would like sit in my room, borrow my deck or borrow a deck from this other kid, Dalton, that I used to play baseball with as well. He was like one of the DJs at this bar called the Vault on the Mark.
Oh, that's sick. I didn't know he did.
In San Marcos. Yeah. He opens for like, call it like Boombox Cartel.
You use Serato?
Serato, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he'll open at the Mark, this venue down in on the square in San Marcos for like, legit DJs like Getter, Boombox Cartel,
That's fire.
Sullivan King, shit like that. Like he's like a resident opener or whatever. But I would borrow his board, spend like an hour or two downloading whatever songs I wanted to mix
Just
with
ripping them off SoundCloud.
on SoundCloud. Yeah, spend like an
I
hour
still have to
doing
do
that,
that.
and then just sit there with a notepad and write the transition. I didn't even know how to mix. I was just like writing at what point in the song where I wanted to mix the next song at.
You just fade it in and out.
Oh yeah, I would like loop it, fade it. It was pretty bad transitions, but some of them were good. And whenever I found the good ones, I would
DJs
just
aren't
keep
good
with
at their
that.
job. They're good at music production.
Well, CDJs, like they essentially
They do it for you.
It
I
mixes
think
itself.
Jack was arguing with me, and he was like so upset that I dare say that. But I'm telling you, those fuckers, when you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars on equipment like that, it's hard to say that you're doing very much.
I was using a board with like 10 buttons.
Yeah.
CDJs have like 100 buttons.
They
to
got
just-
they got all the
fuck with the
software and
shit.
shit.
But yeah, no, I would just sit in my room, grab a couple beers and just vibe out for 2-3 hours, just finding whatever sounded good to mix with each other, and then I'd record, whether it be like a 20-30 minute mix. I had like I recorded like one mix that was like an hour and a half, just just kept mixing and mixing and mixing, and that was like just pretty much for myself, just to like play back and listen to, not even for like anyone else. And I ended up like throwing it on my SoundCloud. There's one that got like like a lot of people really liked.
SoundCloud put you on a little bit.
A little bit of clout, yeah, but no, I just like pretty much mixed for myself.
I've yet to officially make a mix. I need to.
You absolutely should.
Yeah. But if if I end up doing this DJ shit for this Halloween party next week, I will have to have a couple drinks. I get nervous, even in front of 4 of y'all.
So what does that make Sober October?
That's cheat day number 2 that I was allotted.
Who allotted you that? I don't
I'm in
know if I did.
I'm in a
I don't know if you can do Sober October. This is the one moment where I'm gonna like kind of shit on you. Is it really Sober October if you have hall passes?
I think so.
Well, it depends on what you call Sober October.
I don't know. It's my first day out here, man. I'm figuring it all out. But
if it was like that, I'd be balls deep in Sober October.
yeah, well, every day isn't a cheat day.
Well, I haven't been drinking that much this month. It was like the fair.
Did you drink yesterday?
No.
What about the day before?
Nope. It's been a minute.
What about the day
I
before?
might have had a glass of wine.
Yeah, so you drank.
But that's because I'm not doing Sober October. I drink because I can.
I
but if it-
understand. I don't think you'd make 2 days work.
Oh, I absolutely could. That's why I'm so confident.
I'm pretty sure I told you that at the beginning. You were like, "Oh no, I can't do that."
No. I stand by my decision of being able to do Sober October.
Anyway, I was given.
But if I could get 2 hall
Shut the
passes,
fuck
shit,
up.
I would be.
No, yeah, every day's not a hall pass though.
No. I'd be sober. What is it? 29 days out of this month.
Yeah, I'm in a sober October group chat, and
I'd be
I was
cashing in
told-
tonight though for Chris Lake.
I was told that. Well, music's one of the few things that I can do sober.
Yeah, no, me too.
Parties, But anyway, I was given 2 days because one of the kids had like 2 birthdays in the month of October that he was going to, and everyone just agreed that it was a 2-day thing. I've only done one.
Huh.
I barely did one. I didn't even get drunk the October 2nd.
Well, you gotta cash in and cash out, my guy. That's not like
Well, I was just I
that still doesn't.
half-assed
That
the
still counts as
drinking.
that still counts as like a cheat day.
All I know is I'm 2 weeks sober now, official. And again, it's not like we're just like drinking every day. We don't wake up and hit the bottle. But when the weekend rolls around and the females want to play and the homies want to vibe, like we're in it. You know what I mean?
Remember when I would like use Sunday as like
That means go drink to my older
my-
listeners.
my hardest day?
Wait, what?
I used to just get like the
Yeah, but
most
something's like
sauce.
wrong with your brain.
No, I disagree. It was just because it was back when it was like last year's football, like football Sundays. Go to like Bottle Blonde,
Back when I still had homework, and I'd be
Gross.
like, we can't leave until I finish my work, and I'd be sitting in there doing like fucking discussion posts, and then we go to Bottle Blonde,
Oh yeah,
rip some mimosa towers.
those were the days.
I guess I don't know. I'm kind of over the whole club thing. I've been really, really enjoying all this live music that we've been fitting in. What's next after this?
I'd choose that any day than going to a bar. That's why like we should find like a
I agree.
whether it be like freaky deaky. I don't want to just go to a like bar.
I am not
on Halloween.
going out for Halloween.
That doesn't sound fun
Yeah.
to me anymore.
You mentioned. Well, I just thought of Freaky Deaky again. Then I thought of the trips that we have planned for the future. You and I will be going to Parents Weekend in
Tulane,
New
baby.
Orleans.
Go Green Waves. Is that what they're
Hey,
called?
it's Go Wave.
What
Roll
a-
Wave. Roll Wave. It's Roll Wave.
What a fucking mascot.
And I think their mascot's literally a wave.
That's cool.
But we'll be accompanying my father. He's gonna drive, which is gonna be really weird.
I like that a lot.
Hopefully, we can find a
Excited.
flight back on Sunday. Otherwise, we're riding back with him Monday. That's up in the air still.
I still have 2 sick days out of the year to use.
Oh, you have a sick day?
I get 2 sick days.
You
Yeah.
should just be sick Monday, then we don't have to pay for flights.
I mean, it's
That's a game
I-
time decision.
I can't get off like. Well, yeah, we'll talk
If
about it.
we'll talk about it because if the flights don't end up working,
It's busy season for advertising. I mean, it is.
eh,
It is.
yeah, but
Q4 is just
if you're
gnarly.
sick,
Maybe I was exposed to COVID.
I'll cough in your mouth from a comfortable distance away.
Let's do it right now.
No, but yeah. So we're going for Parents Weekend for some reason back to New Orleans, which is
I love that city.
and will forever be one of the most magical cities, arguably in the world. The voodoo witchcraft spells that are blanketing that entire area is just the craziest thing ever.
And I guess there's casinos there too.
Yeah, apparently. And you can just have open containers. It
I
just is
remember-
all, it's a recipe for a fun time. And the food's insane.
Oh, food's like
Yeah.
I'm not a seafood guy, but your dad put me on so much. Like we had like oysters for the
Shout
first
out,
time for me.
Mr. Stone,
Shout out to you.
if you're listening.
We're so excited for the trip. But yeah, no, he put
Shut
me
up.
on. I'm gonna give him such a big hug. He
Don't like that.
He put me on oysters. I had oysters with y'all for the first
That
time.
was, I don't, we had oysters like, we were there for like 3 days, had oysters for like with every meal. That's the most oysters I've ever consumed.
Oh, the first meal I had was fried alligator. Shit was crazy.
Oh, at
Whatever that.
is it Clark's or
It's-
Clancy's?
It's
or
on like
something.
Charles Town Avenue.
It's in New Orleans.
Your sister will know because that restaurant's badass.
Yeah,
and
it's
about that
sick.
restaurant, we got like these like drinks or whatever, and pretty strong drinks.
We just left with them.
Yeah, no.
You just walk
you were
out.
like you were like the waiter goes, "Do you want a to-go cup for those?"
You
and I
and
go-
I are like, huh?
I go, "Excuse me," and
Say less.
your sister and her friends just look at us and go, "They're like, yeah, you can just take your drinks to go. Like, it's like that in New Orleans." I go,
Yeah.
"God, I wish this was Dallas."
Well, I'm like, you just take it in your car and it's like a sealed container, and they're like, kinda.
Works for me. You'll hear no complaints out of me. And then,
I'm
but yeah,
excited to go back though.
we had oysters. I had alligator. I had swordfish steak for the first time at that like fire restaurant that we had with your
Oh,
father.
the dimly lit one, yes.
Swordfish, top tier seafood.
If you've never been to
Big
New
ol'-
Orleans or the French Quarter, I recommend you go. It's cool. I don't know. It's just the vibe there is just insane. It's unmatched for sure.
Hot take.
Eric, fine, come with us next time if you're listening.
Hot take. What are those called? Beignets. The
Yeah, they're
Beignets are a little bit overrated.
waiting at what's that place called? Cafe Du Monde. Waiting in line at Cafe Du Monde for a hot chocolate and beignets, also cash only.
A little bit overrated.
I mean, if
I
you've
must
never
say.
done it, do it. But it's just fried dough.
I remember we got ours at the airport. There's a Cafe Du Monde
Yeah.
in the airport.
Why do I feel like that flight was awful?
We flew separate.
Oh yeah, because you're a dumbass.
Why? Am I? a
You like
dumbass?
booked your flight like
No,
way
no,
late.
no.
It was like $20 cheaper.
No, you flied back. I think your dad bought your flight with you. Flew like flew American Airlines.
I
flew
don't
Spirit.
I don't think I flew with him though.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah, y'all boarded like 30.
Well, I
minutes
remember you
before I
wanted to
do.
save money, and it was like not even that much money in the long run.
Whatever it was. I sat next to the bar manager at Primo's.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
we got absolutely hammered.
And you just never got her number. Good
Mm.
contact to have.
I mean, yeah, but I was too just focused in on the. I remember I was like kind of like falling asleep. I'm in the middle aisle or middle row, middle seat in the fucking row, and this girl to my right goes, "Let me get a double Tito's ginger."
I thought it was wasn't she drinking whiskey?
No, she got Tito's ginger. I was drinking whiskey,
Sick.
and I look at her. I go, I like wake up out of my slumber, and I go, "Oh, it's like that." And she goes, "Yeah, it is." And I'm like, "All right, give me a double Jack and Diet Coke." And so we drank those. I don't know, like talking to her. She ended up being the bar manager at Primo's.
Which is
in-
like it's a Mexican restaurant in downtown Dallas, but they have like it's kind of a nightlife vibe.
it's right across the
I've
street
been there.
from.
Oh my god, I've been
Corner
there
bar?
hammered. Next
Yeah,
door.
yeah, it's like over in that area for the listeners who know.
If you know, you know.
We were just pretty much.
Ah.
It was so funny. We were like talking about like how she would just like get so hammered around her parents as she was a kid, and I was like, yeah, like I.
Did she go to Tulane? Is that why she was there? Because it was like I think it was Parents Week.
No, she had
No.
like she was getting on a connecting flight from like Orlando or some shit.
Oh,
But yeah, she was coming back to Dallas. But the thing I regret the most about that flight is like there's a sticker on the tray table that
oh yeah,
you might know.
Yes,
It's called like the Lucky Rabbit's Foot or some
yeah,
shit,
you
and
get
then it's
free
like
miles.
contact the flight attendant to redeem your prize or whatever.
It's like
I was like-
random. It's not on every flight for
Yeah,
Spirit,
apparently not.
but it's like tens of thousands of miles. It'd be like a good round trip somewhere.
And I had that.
for
I remember
free.
snapping a picture of it and showing it to you after. I was like, yeah, I don't know what this was, but I think I might have like fucked up by not redeeming this shit.
I hate that you. No offense, but you do that more often than not. Where you're like, I think I fucked up, and you like, no, you should have done something, but after the fact.
Well, yeah, I was just fully in combo with this girl, and she was
I
like,
get it. I get it.
But I guess that would have got me probably a free flight back from this trip from New
Yeah, that would have
Orleans.
been sick.
But yeah,
Nola's awesome.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited to go hang out with Lily, my sister.
Oh yeah. Thank you for if you're listening. Appreciate the hospitality as always.
I don't
Whether or not we
sleep there.
we sleep there. Or, I'd love to go back to Broadway. We're gonna have to.
Well, it'll be nice that everything's more open than last time. I feel like we didn't really do anything because it was weird.
I don't know. I know Bourbon was chill. Bourbon seems
Yeah, Lily said
tame
that.
from what I've heard. about
Well,
Bourbon.
but also Lily said that they have not been going to Bourbon because it's been pretty dangerous recently.
dangerous like violence.
I don't know. I shouldn't specify. I would assume people get hammered and have guns. Who knows?
I mean, should we be packing?
Something. Maybe not a gun.
I stay packing.
that
I've had
that might be a good place to end.
yeah, should we
We're trying to figure out. God damn it. We're trying to figure out like length for all this too. Haha. Okay.
that was really
The
good.
dick jokes are just endless at this point. But yeah, I think sub an hour is good.
Yeah, that was fun. We'll
Not to just abruptly stop, but we got shit to do. So do you. You don't want to listen to me and him jab and bicker for an hour or
Yeah.
more than an hour. But
thank you guys. Cue the outro.
well, yeah. If you have any suggestions, let us know. Follow us on all our socials. Biggest podcast in the world. Let's call it slightly above average podcast. Most slightly above average podcast in the world.
Love you guys.
Bye.